idea. If there were 333 prophecies in the Old Testament about the coming Messiah, how many of those passages were considered messianic or prophetic before the Gospels were written? Yeah, call me skeptical, but I really don't believe your university professors questioned if those scriptures predated Christ. But I am sure they questioned whether or not those 333 passages were viewed as messianic prior to Jesus' ministry. I mean, if passages like Hosea 11:1 or Psalm 41:9 had not been connected to the Messiah, and if Matthew came along and said Jesus fulfilled them, then what we have here isn't something amazing, it's simply anachronistic. We even have Luke's admission that the resurrected Jesus had to take his disciples step by step through the Old Testament and explain to them what was said in all of the scriptures concerning himself. He had to, quote, open their minds to understand the scriptures, which means that most of the Old Testament prophecies about Jesus were not known beforehand. It took divine revelation to retroactively see Jesus in the Old Testament. So essentially, the concept of a Jewish Messiah was originally developed out of a small group of maybe 20 or 30 verses. But then the New Testament was written, and suddenly, bam, that number balloons to 333, or 351, or 365. Oh hell, take your pick. It's all entirely subjective. Come on, Josh, think about it from a Jewish perspective. I mean, how would you like it if a group came along and altered your scriptures and your traditions and said you got it all wrong and that they were the ones sent by God to open your eyes to the truth? How would you feel about something like that, Josh?